Hello everybody on YouTube, and this is Search15, and I'm sure most of you might have known due to a certain urgent update I am uploaded, but if not, I'll give you a heads up, is that for this LP and another one that I will be doing the same announcement I suppose, or slightly identical, is that I forgot to save the data at the end of each episode. So all the progress we've made has pretty much been nullified. And I guess I could probably call this and the other one, in this case, Eastern Siberia, restarted. So unfortunately, we're starting all over again and hopefully might get ready. But also I had to make some alliances that I already made in the first original video and try to make some changes, a slight. Also, as we're about to continue, I did rebuild the railway I wanted to do and make some extensions, as well as extra amount of construction going on, which could hurt well, it technically could still hurt the economy, but I'm going to automatically buy a bond. I'm going to increase social spending a little bit just in case, a little over. Taxes are going to be as they are for now, though I will have them blocked from spending bonds. So let's just continue, as we're going to see a lot of stuff, including the alliances I've been making. Well, making some alliances the best I can to most of our neighbors that I already done in the original first episode, but in this case, most that I may have forgotten that I probably did, even if I rewatched the video in question. So anyway, here's the intelligence report again. Remove that, and the regional overview here. Now you can read that. Well, that's northern China. Here's ourselves actually. But anyway, I will have to keep this on that, keep this on that, keep this on medium, go buy another bomb because of the amount of construction projects that's really hurting our economy a little bit, that I will have to increase taxes, but also reduce social spending a little bit since it's a bit expensive, unfortunately, because of my own idiocy. But I will have to do preparations as best I can to include getting ready for war against North Korea and likely Manchuria as well. Though most of these units for some reason are not traveling the way I wanted them to do, and we got formal alliance for East Germany, which I'll get a lot more stuff, not mutual defense, but at the very least. And the economy's going back up. And I have to thank Cameron McGuffey, that I finally remembered his name, your name I mean, of the pretty large list of nations I could trade / make an alliance as best I can. And unfortunately, this is becoming a problem right now because of my idiocy of construction projects that I made a mistake. Which is to be expected, don't you think? So unfortunately, I have to keep this up like this or so, or keep it as it is. Missile defense with Manchuria, huh? And the production delayed, and I probably made a mistake doing all this, but best to just get prepared for war in case North Korea goes to war. Manchuria, I don't know. We have a casus belli, but the way we are right now, that's not the risk we're going to take. Just hold out and wait. Currently. Though balancing the taxes at 50 or keep it at 60% or so, while social spending, I guess I could reluctantly keep this at almost half, not fully, but close enough, and get another bond, annoyingly, and wait, and also go through the list that Cameron has given me for the nations I could make an alliance with. And already got a new message by who? St. Petersburg? I suppose, why not, though also get some trade agreements. And once again, the economy is as it is because of my a little bit too over-ambitious need for construction, at the very least. So select all the aircraft, reserve them, continue to wait a little longer with the conflict over here just continuing as it is, and go through the list. So let's start off with Alberta. That we could, well, why not? We could always use another ally. Next up, in the case of North America, Saskatchewan. If I could find it all the way. Here we are. Another alliance, get trade, not mutual defense. It's a little bit too far. However, I will see, one other thing is to see the economy of some of the nations. Not South China, Japan, or even India for that matter, which we will get an alliance. But, and the new Korean War has already begun, but we're not going to go to war yet. However, I have going to be a little desperate for a little bit of, at least money, and I'm going to go to Indonesia rather quickly to include, try and get not only an alliance, but also some trade of certain stuff, such as missiles, air defense, and some little money, and we should be fine in that regard, I guess, and also get that message as well. Also get the alliance with Australia that I just remembered. And I don't think, oh wait, we can make an alliance with New Zealand at least, and sorry if you're hearing some slight noises, as pretty much what's going on. And anyway, let's get Papua New Guinea on an alliance, I guess, since that's also on the list, and such. East Timor, we'll get another alliance with them, but not get too many, otherwise we'll deal with a possible war with Moscow, thanks to the same warning by Cameron. Make too many allies, and we're going to be at war with them for whatever reason. So with that, we're going to go to the last nation on his list that to go through, which is the Yukon Territory. And we're just going to get some trade agreements, air transit, and oh, well, all that. So that's done. Next up will be South America, which are pretty easy it seems. Chile, as we're going to get some trade. And this nation I can't really pronounce, unfortunately, for some reason. I think I could find it. Here we are. Guyana. Okay, we'll just get some trade agreements. I will also ask the UN Protectorate for some trade agreements as well. Cuba doesn't look like it's going to be possible anyway. Ally under attack, I know. Who else? In Europe, they are Denmark. We're just going to get some trade agreements and all that. East Germany, which we already made an alliance. Estonia, who I think are here. Oh wait, it's right here actually. Get some trade agreements with them. Hungary. Hungary, here you are. Get all that. Kaliningrad. Where is... oh. Our relations are questionable, but we're just gonna deal with it, and we're at war with Manchuria, annoyingly. But I might as well get these units, get over here, and just entrench and wait. And get rid of all these, get some more trade agreements, mostly in terms of the economy, with, oh, say, India, with a few stuff we can sell for, okay, that much money, that's fine. Who else? Brazil, probably not. The Philippines. Now we're gonna need some quick amount of money, at least in the treasury. Get that, get a surprising amount of money, which will give about a month for them to consider. Indonesia, did I already give them? No, I don't think so. Give them all that, I'll give about that much, so that's fine. And North Korea has declared war, just as I ended that deal. That's great. That's just great. But have most of the forces here get ready, have everybody else get to the North Korean border, and wait. Actually, take this village, if you can. Provoke a little slight response with Manchuria at least, while dealing with most of the North Korean Navy. I'll deploy the Navy anyway, whatever ships I have, and send them out. But force the rest of the army to pull back. There's no need to attack yet. As looking at this, they are still have a good amount of supplies. Petrol is also a good amount. Quite a lot, actually. And just wait. You can retreat if you want, and we got several facilities done, which are the industrial complexes, but I don't want that message, or any messages for that matter. Just get rid of it. And I don't know why I selected reserve when I meant entrench. Have all these units get in here and stay there. Well, not all of them. Entrench, we're being bombarded, I know. And one of my ships has taken damage and has retreated. Have the Air Force, any Air Force for that matter, that are reserved. Have them sent out to provide help, provide some support here. Let's see, I got T-72. Okay, get over here, just stay there and wait. Have my Navy patrol, does just sink more ships. The North Korean Navy in this case. More reinforcements to here, which I should have selected entrench. All of you cross and provoke a bit of a response with from Manchuria to take the village of however it's called. Get that done, and just look at the war going on. Now, where was I with the alliance? Poland. We have very bad relations. No point in making an alliance with them. The Czech Republic is the same thing. Oh well. Where was I? North Caucasus. North Caucasus? Nope. No, that's Kazakhstan. Where? Oh, right, it's here. I don't know why I missed that. Let's get some trade. I know we're losing military storage goods. That's pretty understandable. North Caucasus, Slovenia, who I kind of strangely seem to remember where they are, for some reason. St. Petersburg, already got an alliance with them. Ukraine. We're gonna have an alliance with Ukraine. Next up is Volgograd. If I could find the name on the list. Volgograd, here you are. So let's get all this and such. And the Western Urals. Now that's Western Siberia, here's Western Urals. I already got trade with them that I already done off camera. But I also got trade with Central Siberia, Western Siberia, and I'm just gonna leave at that, because I am thinking of the original plan to just conquer the Siberian nations and be a single, local power. So might as well just leave that alone and go through the short Middle Eastern nations, which Israel's once again trying to expand, but they seem to have failed against Syria again. So that's no surprise. So let's just get some trade agreements with Jordan, Kuwait, not formal alliance yet, and two other nations, Oman and Qatar, which I already selected Qatar, so let's just get this started. And Oman, here you are. Get through these. And the next are several other nations that I'm gonna just do a little bit later after crossing out the nations I already went through. And coming back here to the main war, with some of my forces being isolated. That sucks. And we're running out of money rather quickly, although North Korea has lost some money anyway. Japan, do you need anything for trade that you can, so that you get for payment? I suppose I could do all those. Give them some stuff. India has the current largest amount of money in the treasury. So let's see, air defense side and advanced anti-ship missiles. Ask for that. I'm not gonna bother with any actual normal trade agreement, not until much later though. Speaking of which, they are aggressively attacking Bangladesh, it seems. And Vietnam is at war with South China. No surprise. Now, North Korea, what's going on? No supplies, running out of petrol. But you are constantly annoying us to constantly attack. And some of my units idiotically trying to move forward, and I got a new alliance with Paraguay this time. That's nice, I suppose. As getting our only ally in South America. Let's just get the second thought. Let's just get trade. Speaking of which, who is at war? Whoa, a lot of nations. So Texas at war with California, Mexico and Washington. California's at war with several nations, including Mexico. Arizona, they're not at war with Nevada, which is a little odd since this would be a somewhat easy conquest in my opinion. Oregon, they're not at war. Illinois, are you at war with anybody? A lot. That's no surprise. No offense to anybody from Illinois, but it's just the way this game is. And I forgot that I did have an alliance with New York, I think. And we got an alliance agreement with Angola, even though they probably could have been the aggressors, which they are, which I should have checked. Although, those look at the Congo Democratic Republic's in trouble for the moment. But I guess we'll just ignore that. Might as well just get back to the war front here with all our building projects still progressing as best as they can. Have most of my units get out of here, and some likely be killed. And have some of these units just get over here. Just start. Have the Air Force bomb those units. And I'm still trying to gather more troops. Some of them are still up here. We're making an advance up here, but I'd rather focus against North Korea. So with that, get all these units, get on to the other side. Military goods shortages, that's understandable again. And one thing I'm still going to be annoyed is my units just wanting to attack wherever they want. So that's annoying. DEFCON will remain at 3. Don't want to spend too much money for the preparedness for any conflict, which is always going to be a problem. And sadly, I still have units that just want to go wherever they want, no matter how much ordering I keep doing. Well, let's see if the Air Force can just take out some of these artillery and some units. Let's see the economy. Actually, how's our approval? Going down, to be expected. Get another bond, and taxes as they are. Social spending, slight increase. Now, what's going on in North Korea's situation? Running out of fuel, no supplies. And is Japan at war with? No, they're at war with Manchuria only at the moment. Alright. So we're just gonna wait a little longer. And I got an annoying AT infantry just moving up. Have the rest of the forces please get over here. The ones over here can just do whatever they want. Though primarily I want them to not attack anymore and just get back here. Great. Most of my tank forces are probably going to be sacrificed. And wasted. Oh well, let's just wait a little longer. And see. North Korea is at war with Manchuria, but it doesn't look like they're going to advance. But I'm going to have to make some additional, well, trade agreements. And, well, alliances. In this case, Inner Mongolia and Mongolia, of course. Mongolia, I'm a little unsure. I could conquer them if I wanted to in the long run, or just remain allies. I'll keep trade agreement for them. I'll just maintain a trade agreement only for now. After, in the long run, if we survive long enough and become a great power, then we'll probably have to make a decision there. But anyway, gotta go through all these nations, sell a lot of technology, and start earning some extra temporary amount of money. For the treasury, at least. Let's see, for Australia. Yeah, I guess a few missile designs, which is okay, quite a lot. New Zealand, you don't really have much in your treasury, so forget about that. And we're getting a lot. We're getting a lot for the treasury. But currently, I want some units to repair. Some of them are running out of supplies rather quickly. And now I'm going to double check their military goods, which is non-existent. Petrol is almost gone. Alright, let's see if we can get some alliance with Saudi Arabia, so that maybe some kind of trade agreement. And Israel, once again, has failed to conquer Syria, and Jordan is not at war with Israel for some reason, but still. But got a few other nations to deal with eventually for possible alliances. And Moscow is no surprise about them going to war with anybody. Well, most. East Germany, our relations are very good, so Poland has become the aggressor, and Kaliningrad is surviving. Which, strangely, we don't have really good relations with them, but we have terrible relations with Poland. So, Poland is the aggressor, but Kaliningrad probably is also the aggressor in another way. I don't get it. Let's just get some more trade agreements, such as Switzerland, and mostly former Italian, well, nations. So, got Rome, Milan, Naples, and Sicily, Sardinia. Just get more trade, as best as we could. And I suppose, no, not England. We have very terrible relations. Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, I guess. Yeah, we'll just get that. So now back to the war, if you can call it that. And North Korea's economy is really non-existent. Military goods gone, industrial good is still here, consumer gone. What else? Petrol's gone, no. We still got plenty of food, water, timber. But it does look like we can technically make peace, but I'm not gonna bother, because I'd rather see North Korea fall, but have the northern half under our control. While the rest, the South Koreans could try to unite portions at least. Although, strangely, they seem to be rather slow. At least in terms of trying to advance. Even though the North Koreans don't have much at the moment. Ah well. Let's just get some of my submarines out. If I could collect them. And start sinking some North Korean ships, and I meant to have these submarines stay away. Yep, I just lost another one. And start sinking their submarines. What's left? Outdated Romeo class. So let's just get you closer. You're gonna sink that ship. Have you get over here, start sinking these submarines. How many are there anyway? 3 left. And yet, well, they're constantly reserving. That's to be expected. I also have another somewhat old ship. Submarine, I mean. And it looks like they're probably just gonna sit there. That's to be expected. So let's have you all get here, over here. I don't want this tank here, though. Just get out of there and reserve. Not reserve, repair. And at least we got lots of industrial complexes ready, including that I built all waterworks and the mentioned railways, and some more agricultural plants, farms, I mean. And okay, some BMPs, some tanks, and all for what? 584. Let's accept those, because we could use a little extra firepower. But right now I gotta get some of my navy that are up here reserved. And are my units here ready to get back? Yes, they are, as long as the supply lines are okay. So get over here. Have you entrench here. Have you all just stay here. Have the already get over here. And I really gotta get these units across. Because the Manchurian army is seemingly ready to counterattack. At any rate, I got a lot of units here, but many of them are damaged, which is to be expected when you're buying from another nation. Have most of the aircraft also get repaired, but I don't want you trying to repair, quote unquote. Mutual defenses by Northern China, of course. And okay, looks like the South Koreans are doing well. We do still have a lot of North Korean forces here. And even though originally I was just preparing, since North Korea, I mentioned, were the first aggressors, and South Korea joined the war rather late in the original first episode. And there's another with the mutual defense with Sudan this time, due to them declaring war on our ally, Angola. Well, let's see. Am I ready? Do I have enough forces? I would like to say yes, but let's say I got transport, I got a lot of AA units, and I got a few tanks, which, yeah, most of which are still here though. So a few are stuck and are likely to get themselves destroyed, like this unit, like this T-72 at least. You get back, and especially you get back. Sadly though, this T-72 will not be getting back rather quickly. So just get the most of the artillery get back. And he's gonna get back. I have some tanks here that are needed repairs, not you. Which, yeah. Repair. And that's it for now. But now what should I do? Should I go on the offensive and take Rason? It is rather heavily damaged though. But let's see how the South Koreans are doing first. Ah. Okay. Excuse me. You know what? Why not? August 9th, 2020, we're going the offensive. Slight change of plans from the old first episode. But why not? Very easily taking Rasan, wiping out most of these units here, particularly the AA. And please get over here and entrench. And start wiping out most of their forces. First up are the artillery, but I'm dealing with units that are just going to retreat because of lack of supplies. But pull back temporarily at least, and entrench here. That is, if they can even get there. Well, I suppose I could get some of the Air Force to help. Get over here. Do I have any ships? A few. But it's understandable with most of the artillery to start retreating. But I want you to get over here, connect this area, go around and deal with the artillery and most of the units. Start heading this direction as best as you can and entrench. That is, once you can, that is. Okay, all those artillery are gone, including the airborne infantry that are deployed. I don't want you to get close, just stay away from the artillery. Now, do I have any other ships that are in the Sea of Japan? Nope. Any up here that are still deployed? Nope. They're all, most of which are reserved. And I gotta get another bond. And deal with a Manchurian counterattack. Okay, this tank is now isolated. You engage the ZTZ-59. Probably be the first line of defense, I guess, towards this village, which I do need to put some garrisons. But it does look like some building projects are almost done. Not all, but close. And already some are halfway. Timber mills are close. Agricultural that I have been building are almost done as well. We got some industrial good facilities as well. And waterworks. Although waterworks is only about halfway done. Let's see, we got a Japanese frigate just sitting here. Our economy is not doing well. But I'm going to take the risk of reducing taxes a bit, make everything a little even. Oh yeah, research. I don't want a new tank, I only want some actual things that could be useful for the military, such as composite armor, that I also forgot to build another research center. So just build one. Only one. Go to the Philippines, start selling some more technology. Nuclear fission? I don't know. Reactive armor and all that. For about just that much. India, do we have anything else? Nah, don't really have much on the tech. Australia. Cruise missiles. Not nuclear fission yet. Reactive armor, that. For that total. Blah blah blah. Okay. And an alliance with Ghana. Why not? And some extra trade. So that's it. And I'll probably go through the rest of the nations, the lists, the next episode. Proper next episode to also properly save. So I don't have to deal with the headache of starting over again. Okay, I think we're ready to try and take this barracks, so that could be our FOB at least, as long as we take out some of their ground forces. And how the South Koreans doing? Well, it looks like they're getting close to Pyongyang. Getting close. And some units are retreating. I almost wiped out some of these units, but some air power would have been nice. So we got 2 units left. Most of my units are retreating. I got another artillery, so that is get up here. Do I have any other units that need to be to the front lines? The North Korean front line. Just a few. And they're constantly just reinforcing that place. Can please take it. Please take it. Sounds like we did. And now entrench. And start wiping out most of the North Korean forces. And the economy is still not doing well. Okay, and especially our inflation is insanely high. Let's just go immediately on the attack to these coal plants if we want to, which could be a bit disastrous, but it's a risk to take. They're gonna take. Which was successful. However, I'm losing too many units. So, get over here, not reserve, which is a bit stupid right now. Get over there, entrench, have some of you retreat. Get another bond. And the slightly lowered taxes isn't really helpful. But hopefully we can just deal with it. Though we are inflicting casualties on the North Korean forces. Slowly expanding, the South Koreans have made some progress, although I don't know why they're not taking Kaesong, or Kaesong, however you want to say. And my tank here probably was dead, or killed off. It's probably expected. Okay, let's try and get some more money in the treasury. India, we're not going to bother. We're going to go with, I suppose, Mexico, despite the relations. Well, let's just get some extra money. How about that? Colombia, I suppose, why not? Get all that for a decent price. Who else? Chile? No. Peru? No. Argentina? I'll give some stuff, including medical. And how much would that be? Just that. And if we remove that, it's only about that much. Whatever. So we're getting some extra money. South Africa, do we have good relations? Sort of. So I'm gonna go with trade agreement with them. As... wait a minute. Were they on the list? Let's see. No. I have a bit of a paper in front of me so I can see what nations that are left on the list, so to speak, from Cameron, so I can at least try and get it done. But it looks like that's not the case. So next up is Cameroon, it seems. Another new ally in Africa, who is actually on the list, surprisingly, so I'm going to cross that out. And I guess that... oh yeah, South Africa was actually on the list as well. Get rid of that. But I'm going to stop right here because I've recorded a little bit too long now. But I hope you enjoyed this new restart and hope to see you again in the next episode. As long as I properly save. So, hope to see you then.